Hey all, Josh Denbo here again. I'm grateful that I have on my Facebook friends list people at all spectrum on the political life, from the nihilistic MAGA to the right-wing policy wonks to everybody else. But nihilistic MAGA has some really, really dumb memes that get circulated. And it's another propaganda video. And look, there is no other way to say it's dumb. It's ill-informed and it's dumb. And I hope I don't lose my MAGA followers here on Facebook. But guys, come on. I just saw a meme, and I think I responded to it. I respond to most of them just to talk. But I saw a meme that the United States Constitution only provides due process to American citizens. And I guess this is response to the absolutely horrific conduct that Donald Trump is taking. Cruel, inhumane, horrific conduct, deporting people without due process. And, you know, I can't imagine this position. Look, it's not a policy position. This is a political position taken, a political meme created by God knows who, maybe the Chinese or the Russians, to get the MAGA folks all riled up and even dumber than they were before. But it's absolutely not true that the Constitution does not provide due process to non-citizens. It's absolutely not true. There are a million different reasons why it's not true. But rather than going into, a discussion about the United States Constitution, where you look for the Constitution for due process, forget that. Forget that. I'm not going to get into the constitutional discussion. It's like whack-a-mole. Someone will say, yeah, but what about this clause and that case and blah, blah, blah. It just make no sense and you don't get anywhere. So forget about that. Talk about this. Can you imagine a country where the government took the position that non-citizens have no rights to due process? I can. North Korea, Russia, Iran, a couple other places. I can imagine those countries. Now, can you imagine a country that has due process and make sure that when foreigners come in to do business, to live, to visit, to spend money, to be part of the social infrastructure for a period of time and feel welcome and safe, that they won't be targeted just because they say something the government doesn't like? I can. And until about, 100 days ago, it was the United States of America. And business flocked here. People came here. This was the number one, and it may not be going forward because of all the craziness with the tariffs and the fact that we may be losing the rule of law, but business flocked here. They came here because it's safe. Look, if you violate the law, you're going to get punished. The United States punishes hard. But if you don't violate the law, then you have a freedom of speech to do whatever the fuck you want. Business, otherwise, criticize the government, anything, as long as it's not illegal. And the laws are clear, consistent, logical. They may not be the policies that I want or you want, but they're logical and consistent. And so the meme concept that the United States Constitution doesn't provide due process to non-citizens and therefore we can deport them to God knows wherever we want, El Salvador prisons or wherever, is so dumb. It is so misinformed. It's not based on actuality. It's not based on policy. It's based on the need to defend the dear leader from an unconscionable, cruel, un-American act and policy that he's imposed. That itself is un-American. Stop sharing that fucking meme.